Welcome to Mission 3, Lesson 27. Today, our objective or goal is I can use strategies to compare two sets. So we're going to do some comparing activities together. And then you can repeat them with someone at your home. So there's some that we're going to do together, and then you can simulate this activity at your home. It'll be something fun for you and your learning partner to do. So the first objects that we're going to start comparing are the linking cubes that students use a lot in class. So I have a green one to represent the blue one on the screen, and a red one, of course, to represent the red. So how many cubes are in the first tower? Let's count those together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cubes are in the first tower. How many cubes are in the second tower? Let's count them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's use our words to compare those. 5 is less than 10. 10 is more than or greater than 5. Next, we're going to use pennies. And if you have some pennies handy at your house, you can pause the video to grab them and participate in our activity. So up here, I have my two handfuls of pennies. How can we arrange these pennies to see who has more? Very good. We can put them into rows or we can put them into columns. So I'm going to put mine this time into columns. And we talked about columns go up and down. So let's see if we can make pairs with our pennies to see who has more. So we have one pair right here, another pair. There's 3 pairs. We've made 4 pairs of pennies, but we still have more, right? So that shows us that handful 2 had more than handful 1. Let's count and see just how many more. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have our pairs made for those 4. Okay, so we have 4 on this side. We know that we have 4 pairs, so let's start counting. There's 4, 5, 6. 4 is less than 6. Or we could say this as 6 is greater than 4. Let's look at my next handful of pennies. If you need to get your materials set up to pair these off, go ahead and make your 2 handfuls of pennies. You may pause the video and do that now. This time, I'm going to pair my pennies by putting them in rows. And we talked about rows go side to side. So I'm taking handful 1 and I'm putting it into rows. If you have pennies at your home, go ahead and complete this activity with me. So there's my first handful of pennies, and now I want to make pairs. There's 1 pair, 2 pairs, 3 pairs, 4 pairs, 5 pairs, 6 pairs, but then we still have some more in handful 2. Let's go ahead and drag these over. So just by looking, which handful has more, handful 1 or handful 2? Very good, handful 2. So let's pair these up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we know handful 1 had 6 pennies. Let's keep counting. 7, 8, 9. How could we use our words to compare these? We could say that 6 is less than 9, or we can say that 9 is more than or greater than 6. You can go ahead and make a couple of different combinations of handfuls at your house and compare those numbers with your learning partner. This time we're changing materials, but if you need to keep using your pennies, you're welcome to. Or if you have any beans at your house, you can use beans like I'm using. Both tools work to be able to compare. So here are my two handfuls. This time, what do we want to do? Do we want to do rows or do we want to do columns? Oh, let's go up and down. Let's use that big kid word, columns. Okay, so I'm putting my beans into columns so that we can make pairs. All right, almost done with this column. Ooh, I need to push some of them closer together so I can fit them all. Let's see, we can pop this one up there, and we can pop this one down here. Now let's take our other handful and make sure we've paired them. That's very important. So there's 1, 2 pairs, 3 pairs, 4 pairs, 5 pairs, 6 pairs, and 7 pairs. So just by looking at this, we know that we have 7 beans in the second handful. Let's pair those off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's keep counting. 8 and 9. So which had more? Handful 1 or handful 2? Handful 1. How can we compare those using your words? 9 is more than or greater than 7. Or we could say 7 is less than or fewer than 9. Now, let's work a couple problems off of our problem set. I'm not going to do the whole thing with you, but I did want to do a couple of them. So draw a tower with more cubes. Well, let's see how many cubes are here. We have 1, 2, 3. So we want to draw a tower that has more cubes than 3. All right, so I have 1, 2, 3. What did I make here? 4. So does this tower have more cubes than this tower? It does, because 4, let's complete our sentence. 4 is more than 3. All right. Draw a train with fewer cubes. So now we have to go with fewer cubes. Now come down here. Let's see how many cubes that we started with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we want to draw one with fewer cubes. So I'm just going to kind of add on to this train right here. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is less than 5. I hope you enjoyed our lesson today.